वाओ मस्त यार लैंडिंग करे होता एंड बिल्डिंग पे अलाउड है
Very good evening, friends. Can you hear my voice and see the screen? Give me a quick check, please. Okay. So, let us learn another very important topic which is known as reverse zones. Okay. This is also known as trap zone 3. So, today we are going to cover this. So, before I do so, I would request each one of you to go through the disclaimer first and then we will move forward. Okay, so let us start today's session about reverse zones. So this is the trap zone 3. Before we learn about reverse zone, we need to understand the concept of authentic zone and reaction zone. So which zones are reactory zones and which zones are authentic? This is something is very important and we need to learn it. Okay. So authentic zone are those zones which gets created by its own. Okay. So by this what I mean, the base candle of the zone, I mean it will not touch the base candles of the previous zone. So what I mean by this, say there is a demand, right? And then another demand gets created. Okay. So if this is a demand and I want to check whether it is reaction or whether it is authentic, what I need to do, I need to check whether this base candle of this particular zone is touching the base candle of the previous zone. So in this case, this demand is the previous zone. I'm talking about, if I'm talking about demands, then I need to look for demands only. Okay, I will not look for supplies. Okay. So when that happens, I call it as when the base candle is not touching the previous zone's base candle, then we call it as authentic zone. Same way, when the zone which gets created by the reaction, when a zone gets created by the reaction of another zone, the base candle of that zone touches the base candles of the previous zone, then we call it as a reaction zone. Okay. So how it happens? Look. So price moved down, created a drop base rally. Okay. So this is a demand structure. Then price moved up, then again price stopped, created a rally, base, rally. So this is also a demand structure, price structure, demand structure. Okay. So as you can see, if I want to check whether this rally base rally is an authentic zone or a reaction zone, then what I need to check is, I need to check the base candle, whether the lower wick of the base candle is touching the upper wick of the base candle of the previous zone. In this case, the lower zone is the previous zone. Okay. And if it is touching, then the rally base rally is not an authentic zone. It will be termed as a reaction zone. But in this case, what happened? We see that the base candle of the rally base rally is not touching the base candle of the drop base rally, the previous demand. Okay. So if it is not touching the previous demand's base candle, then we will call this rally base rally as a authentic zone. Okay. No. Jai. No. Okay. So there can be a drop candle, that's absolutely okay, but there cannot be a supply. Okay. We are not, when we are considering a supply, we will look for only supplies. When we are considering demands, we will only look for demands. One demand touching another demand, that will tell me whether the zone is reaction or authentic. One supply touching another supply will tell me whether the supply zone is authentic or it is reaction. Okay. So demand touching supply is not a reaction. Okay. So anyway, now price moves up. Okay. Again comes down, creates a base candle, and as you see, this is a break limit zone anyway. So price gives a bounce, right? Another drop base rally gets created. Tell me, my friends, is this particular drop base rally a authentic zone or it is a reaction zone? When I mean reaction, yes, it is reaction, because we can see price has come down to the authentic zone and the authentic zone is giving reaction. Okay. So that means this particular zone here, drop base rally, the base candle is touching the base candle of this authentic zone. So that means this drop base rally is a reaction zone. This is not a authentic zone, because the base candle is touching zones, demand zones, base candle. Okay, it can be a very fine touch to the wick as well, not as deep as I have shown here, right? It can be a fine touch. That's absolutely okay. In that case, it will be a reaction zone. Okay. Now, mostly drop based rallies and rally based drops are reactionary zones, mostly, right? Very few cases they become, okay. Rally based rallies and drop based drops are more, many a times you will find them as authentic rather than reactionary. Okay. Very few times they are reactionary zones. Okay. So now next what happens? So this is a zone, reactionary zone. Price comes down, touches the reactionary zone, creates a base candle and then moves up. By this, price creates a rally base rally. Tell me, this rally base rally is a reactionary zone or it is a authentic zone? Okay, so all of us know that this is a reaction zone. Why? Because the base candle of this zone is touching the base candle of the previous demand zone, right? So in this case, this is a reactionary zone. Okay, so this is something is very important for us to know while I mean while looking for the reverse zones. Okay, so this is the first thing we need to look at when we are looking for the reverse zones. Okay, so all of you understood the difference between an authentic and a reactionary zone? The difference between an authentic and a reactionary zone? Yes, great. So this is a reaction zone. Now price is moving, as you have seen, price moving like this. All zones are considered with that. Whether it is rally based rally, rally based drops, drop based drops, or drop based rallies. Okay, so all zones are considered. So now what's happening? Price is moving up, right? It's in a uptrend. Okay, and there is in moves in a uptrend by creating lot of MIPs. You already know that, right? So this is an uptrend. Price engulfs another support, comes down, creates a base candle, engulfs the second support. So a MIP demand gets created. We know this is a MIP demand, no question asked here. V like shape, a rally candle, drop base rally formed, right? After the drop base rally, another base candle formed, and then another rally candle formed. So when that happened, rally base rally forms, and we can see the base candle of this rally base rally is not touching the MIP. Okay, it's not touching the base candle of the MIP. So for us, this rally base rally is a authentic zone, authentic demand. The authentic demand may be a break limit zone or may not be a break limit zone. Okay, may be a MIP, may not be a MIP. Okay, now what happens here? Price moves up by creating an authentic zone in a uptrend. In a uptrend, price suddenly creates an authentic zone. Then price creates a rally, base, and a drop. Right? Price creates a rally, base, and a drop. So thereafter, price engulfs the opposite authentic zone. After this drop base, rally base drop, price engulfs this authentic zone. Okay. So once price engulfs this authentic zone, the above rally base drop structure tells us that there is a lot of supply and less demand at the rally base drop area, and there if price comes back we should be shorting. So this rally base drop is known as our reverse zone. Okay, so understand the till now we have learned two with two trap zones, right? The first one, there was a SR and the base candle, the SR getting engulfed and the base candle is cutted through a SR. There is a resistance, okay? The second one, again, there is a resistance, price coming down and then breaking a resistance. There are two resistances getting engulfed. One resistance here, two resistances here. So both these first two trap zone are made of support and resistances. I mean, without support and resistance, you cannot find a break limit zone. You cannot find a MIP. But for reverse zone, you do not need SRs. Okay, that is what I mean the most important thing here. You will not have any SR. It is only a simple authentic demand zone or supply zone getting engulfed will tell you that the reverse zone is formed, and next thing you should be shorting if it is a supply reverse zone. Once price comes up to the reverse zone, you will draw the proximal line and the distal line, keep your stop just above the distal line, and your target will be the opposite MIP, opposite fresh MIP or QM. So this is your target for a reverse zone. So the key component of a reverse zone is, first price needs to create a rally based drop, then price needs to engulf of authentic zone. Once the engulf happens, we know the rally based drop is my reverse zone and I can trade it successfully. So Jai Prasad has a question that MIP is also authentic. Might be, it is also authentic, right? It is also authentic, but I have already got my reverse zone here because of authentic level engulf. Okay, I will not wait for this to be engulfed because I have already got my engulf. Okay, so even if say at this place, at this authentic area, authentic zone, I mean this authentic zone could have been this MIP as well. No issues. If it gets engulfed, you can take the trade. Okay, so there can be n number of authentic zones. We need to wait for price to engulf the authentic zone. By this I mean that the authentic zone will get stopped out, price will close below, then on retracement we will take the short trade. This price breaking the authentic demand and closing below tells us that the supply exceeds demand and we should be shorting there. I don't care, Richter. What if a MIP get engulfed which is not authentic? I don't care. Price will again go up. Okay. So the entire concept of reverse zone stands on authentic zone. Okay. So if the authentic zone gets engulfed, we will get our reverse zone. If the authentic zone is not engulfed, then there is no reverse zone formed and price will again move up. Okay. Any questions on reverse zone? Any challenges? QM you will learn in the advanced session, Jai Prasad. Not right now. You will learn in the advanced session. There is a dedicated session on that. Yes, let it hit. Some MIPs will break. Alright, some MIPs will surely break. Yes, Richter. So any further questions, any challenges you have understanding the the key components of a reverse zone? So this is how the reverse zone forms. In a reverse zone, the price engulfs the authentic zone, and we know the above rally based drop is my reverse zone, and on retracement I can trade it, and my target will be opposite MIP, or if there is a QM I can I can target that. Okay, So this is how the target is done for reverse zone. Okay. So again, price is moving up in a trend. Okay. Now the same sequence, price engulfs a resistance, creates another resistance, creates a drop based rally, engulfs the second resistance as well. By this, a MIP gets created. Because MIPs are more stronger than your break limit zone. So if a break limit zone is below, an MIP is above, price will never break it. Price will go up. Okay, it will not go to the break limit zone. Okay, so every pattern has its own importance and strength. Okay, so this is an MIP which got formed in the chart. MIP is a very important pattern. Okay, and then price creates a rally base drop. As you can see, the base candle is not touching the base candle of the previous zone, so this will be termed as a authentic zone. Once we get the authentic zone, one thing you need to be very cautious while trading the reverse zones. Okay, why? If what is the caution you need to follow is, if after the engulf price hits the opposite demand MIP or the QM first and then retraces back to the reverse zone, the reverse zone may break. Okay, so what happens, what I mean by this, price creates a rally based drop and the authentic zone also gets engulfed. As you can see, price breaks and engulfs. Okay, and price straight away comes down to the opposite MIP demand. As I said, MIP demands are very, very, I mean, they are very strong, and if price straight away goes to the opposite MIP and then if it comes up to your reverse zone, there is a chance that your reverse zone may break. Okay, and you may get stopped out. This happens because MIPs or QMs are more powerful than a reverse zone. MIPs and QMs are more powerful than a break limit zone. Okay, so that is the reason if price directly hits a MIP and then it is coming up to your reverse zone, you may think to abort this trade. I mean, you may decide not to take trade, or if you are in, then immediately close the trade at the de-risking point. Okay, so this is a caution about reverse zones. Now, another time the reverse zone do not give reaction or breaks is when there is a level over level. There is a level over level. So by this, what I mean, there is a reverse zone, but just above the reverse zone, there is a level formed, another level, the old level. It may be a low level. If it is there, then, and the reverse zone has formed just before your level, then what will happen? Your reverse zone will break and price will go up to the next level, and from there it may come down. So this is one thing you need to be very, very cautious when you are trading the reverse zones, or otherwise they give beautiful trades, my dear friend. You don't have to worry, you just only need to check these two things and you will get the best out of the best trades. Is there a reason for that? Some zones are more stronger than other. Yes, there is for those. Okay, and the reasons you will learn slowly once you go through the advanced sections. Until you go through them, you will not understand why one zone is more stronger than the other. Okay, Richter, so you need to wait for that time. I mean, many things still to be discussed. Okay, There is psychology, Richter, there is other things as well. Okay. So a lot of things to be discussed. This level over level have the continuation patterns or reversal pattern, could be both. It can be anything, Rajay Prasad. It can be anything. If this is a level, I mean, what happened probably in the past when price was falling, at that time price might have created a zone, I mean, this level here, right? It can be rally based drop, MIP, or it can be a reverse zone, it can be a, I mean, break limit zone, and this particular reverse zone has formed just before that. Then there is a chance that price will break your reverse zone, and this is so true. You will find this in often in the charts, and price will go to the level over level and will drop. Okay. So this is a caution slide for you that if this too happens, whether if the price goes directly to the MIP and now bouncing, that means the target for the reverse zone is done, and what happens, your reverse zone may break. And another reason is level over level. If there is a level over level, price will certainly break the first level and go to the next level, because you know already that the stop losses are good areas for the institutions to get a lot of fill for their orders, right? So they will take out the stop loss and move the price to the next level, and from there price will drop. Okay, so that is one of the reasons. Now, let me give you a small understanding of this entire thing. I mean, Richter, for you, this is, think about a trend: high, low, higher high, higher low, low, higher, I'm sorry, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. What happens if this MIP gets engulfed? Then price is creating lower high, right? So that is the reason, if it is a trend, if it is a uptrend, the logic is price will never break a MIP, because once price breaks a MIP, a lower high gets created, and that is a trend reversal signal. And that also says that this supply above is very powerful, that it is able to break a MIP, because in an uptrend, each and every participant in the market, they knows price, it comes down to the to this areas, I mean this higher highs and higher lows, those are the areas from where price will again move up, and a higher low gets created, and thereafter another higher high is expected. If a higher high is expected, that means our reverse zone is going to break. Okay, so if this sequence is maintained, that means price will create a higher high here and not go down from the reverse zone. And also it is maintaining its trend when it is, I mean, it is maintaining its uptrend when it is reacting from the MIP. So if it is reacting from the MIP and coming to your reverse zone, that means the trend is intact and your reverse zone is weak, and it will break out. And this is a trap for you. So that is the reason we do not trade reverse zones where price is reacting from a MIP. Have you got the point, Richter, and everybody? Am I able to make you understand the logic behind that? In a way, Richter. I need some part here, authentic zone breaks, but price don't come up to MIP, then we take this trade. Yes, if price breaks the authentic zone, engulfs it, and goes back before touching the MIP, next MIP, then we will trade the reverse zone. If it is coming down directly and after the engulf and touches the MIP, we will not trade the reverse zone. Okay, Anshul? And if there is level over level, you should not be trading the reverse zone, or you might cover the level over level and then only trade the reverse zones. So any questions, any challenges about reverse zones? Today also, Nifty has bounced from a reverse zone, which we discussed in our live session in the morning. So almost 40-45 points in intraday we have got from that level today. Okay, our expectation was price will move up from that particular reverse zone. Okay, so now, so reverse zones are very nice places, and you will find it yes in hourly and a lot of reverse zones in the chart, and they really works well. Okay, so in this case, what happens, rather than supply exceeds demand, it changes to demand exceeds supply, because it tested the MIP here and the supply breaks. Yes, there is a recording for each and every live session, Jay. But you didn't miss because you are not eligible for the live sessions yet. From next week, we are starting the live sessions for you. I mean, from next Monday, your live session starts. By that time, you might have to wait. Okay. So another very important part of reverse zones, which you need to understand, is, say the same sequence, price moving up, creates a MIP, then authentic zone got created. You all understood this is the authentic zone. Why? Because the base candle of this base rally is not touching the base candle of the previous demand, which is a MIP, the drop base rally. So this rally base rally is an authentic zone for us. Once the authentic zone is there, thereafter what happens, sometimes in a reverse zone we find two a reverse zone, we find two zones. I mean, a reverse zone can further be divided into two zones. Okay, what are those? One is a rally base drop, and the next is a drop base drop. Okay, so inside a reverse zone, sometimes you may find this kind of a situation. So when that happens, and the engulf happens of the authentic zone, we call this area as my reverse zone, and inside the reverse zone we will have two zones. So these zones are known as origin of engulf or source of engulf. Okay, so the origin of engulf is the rally base drop which forms at the top. Okay, this is the origin of engulf. Okay, which is the rally base drop which forms at the top before an engulf of an authentic zone. And the source of engulf is the zone which forms after the origin of engulf, but just before the engulf of the authentic zone. These zones can be drop base drop, or they can be rally base drop. Okay. In this case, I am showing you as a drop base drop, but sometimes what can happen, basically, price will drop and then a rally candle will form, then a base candle like an MIP, and then the drop will happen. Okay, so drop, rally, base, drop, engulf. So sometimes the source of engulf might look like a rally base drop as well. Okay. So these are supply authentic zones we are talking about. So this is my origin of engulf and this is my source of engulf. So when I have two zones in a reverse zone, what will I do? I have two options. I mean, both these places are very nice places to take a short trade. Okay, and so what I can do, I can put my proximal above the origin of Engulf and keep my entry at the proximal line, or I can take two trades, separate trades there, or I may take the trade at the origin. I mean, in the expectation that the source may get little bit faked out and then price will go down. I mean, I can keep my proximal line at the stop loss area, and from there I can take the trade. Okay, so this is the this is another type of reverse zone which is available. I mean, reverse zones can further be divided into two more zones. One is origin of engulf and another is source of engulf. So when price returns to the source, it will give its reaction and the target is same, the opposite MIP demand or QM. Okay. Anshul has a question. In last session, you say in MIP we use the levels from break area. Also, we will not miss the trade. So if price comes up to the area but not come up to zone, then still we don't take the reversal zone. Yes, if price comes, as I said, right, this is a good question by Anshul, that sometimes in MIP price will come and hit from here and move up. In that case, I mean, this high, if touched, that means the MIP is tested, and in that case, we are not going to take the reverse zone trade and price may break out. Okay, so that is true. Okay, that is always true. So, any questions, any challenges about source of engulf and origin of engulf? We will see a lot of examples of them in the chart. Okay, the source of engulfs are very nice places to be traded. No, reverse zones doesn't need to be V-shaped. It can 100 base candles. It can be of, I mean, a lot of sideways movement there. So reverse zone can form like that as well. Okay. The V shape is only for MIPs, for none other zones. Okay. Don't mix up. You just need to keep an eye on the MIPs. That will help. Because SRs we do not care. There can be n number of SRs. Not all SRs are going to work, but if it is an MIP, then it is going to work, right? So maybe hundreds of SR passing through this zone. I don't care. So again, so this time we are going to look for a demand reverse zone. Okay. So price is dropping, price creates a MIP, and then price creates a authentic zone. In this case, this is a supply authentic zone. Okay. For supply authentic zone, what we will look for? We'll look for that this supply authentic zone base candle, is it touching the base candle of the previous supply zone? If it is not, then this drop base drop zone will be called as authentic zone, right? So in a downtrend, suddenly a authentic zone got created, then price created a drop base rally, and thereafter price engulfs the authentic zone. Immediately when price engulfs the authentic zone, what happens, friends? Immediately when price engulfs authentic zone, we know a demand reverse zone is got created, and the next thing, if price comes down, we can put our proximal line, distal line, and we can take a beautiful trade till the opposite MIP or QM. Okay, so demand exceeds supply. Basically, reverse zones are created to send the price back to MIP or QM. This is what the reverse zones do. I mean, this is the main work of them. They get created just to send back the price to the MIPs, the fresh MIPs and QMs. But sometimes reverse zones can act as reversal pattern too. If MIP or QM is compressed, what is compressed we will learn in the next session, I mean in the upcoming sessions. Okay. So if it is compressed, then this reverse zone, I mean this reaction from the reverse zone can take the price beyond the MIP and a complete trend reversal can happen. Okay. So we'll learn about that in the upcoming sessions. Till then, please bear with me. Okay. So again, price is coming down. Okay. Price creates a MIP. Creates a authentic zone. As I can see, the base candle is not touching the base candle of the previous zone. And this is a downtrend, and then price engulfs the MIP and straight away moves up to the supply, engulfs the authentic zone and straight away moves up to the supply MIP. Tell me, there is a reverse zone formed, I know. Should I be trading this reverse zone? Should I be trading this reverse zone? Should I take this trade? I am not, because the price has moved straight away to the MIP, right? And also when there is a level over level, I mean an old key level is fresh and reverse zone formed just before it. There can be a old fresh key level where price is coming down and this reverse zone just created before it. This happens so many times, my dear friends, in the chart, right? And price will move up to the MIP and also this level over level will be there, and from the MIP price will turn, and what will happen, price will drop, touch, break the reverse zone, go to the old fresh key level, and from there price will move up, break the MIP, supply MIP, and move beyond the supply MIP. I mean, a big trend reversal can happen. Okay. So, if this is the situation, then we can take a trade there. You may take a trade at the, putting your proximal line at the reverse zone, or it can be, the trade can be taken at the old fresh level, which is just below the, this reverse zone. So your distal line should be below the old fresh level. So that is the only thing you are going to do. Friends, any challenges on understanding this? Any challenges on understanding this? What happened there? What happened there? The key level are, this key level can be a break limit zone. Our key levels are trap zones, okay? Break limit zone, it can be MIP, it can be reverse zone, it can be QM, it can be hidden zone, it can be advanced gap. Okay, so 6 of these patterns can form there. Okay, and at this old key level, and if price comes down here, you can go long. Okay, in that case, this reverse zone will break, but this is a signal that price is going to go up. Okay, any questions, any challenges? Any questions, any challenges? A lot of, I know at the beginning this seems very difficult, but this is very easy to find. Anshul, I don't care. As I said in the beginning, if there is no authentic engulf, there is no reverse zone. And if you are going to take a rally based drop by looking for a, just a reaction zone engulf, you will make loss, and if you are ready to make loss, that's up to you, right? Okay, so without authentic engulf, nothing can be traded. Okay, this is a very important part. I'm sure you need to go in the recording as well, because authentic zones are very, very, very important. All right. So once the authentic zone gets engulfed, price will certainly change its, price can change its trend as well. So authentic zones are very, very important, right? So we do not care if a reactionary zone breaks, right? That can be a trap. I will show you all those things in the upcoming sessions anyway. Okay. So in this case, what happens? The demand exceeds supply and price moves up, right? So that's all for reverse zone. So you have a homework, do a lot of practice, send your homeworks to Prashanjit, and thank you very much, all the best, and send in your feedbacks to info@prashanjitghosh.com. I would request all of you to give me a rating in my Facebook page as well as your feedback. That will help others to know what we are doing here. Okay, so whether I am doing justice or not, whatever it is, everybody should know. Okay, so please do rate me in my Facebook page and review there so that everybody can see it, what we are doing here. Okay, and also send your feedback to info@prashanjitghosh.com, and I will be I will try my best to give you the best of the services. And now don't go away, because we will go to the charts and we will try to find out these patterns and how they work. Okay, so just a second. All of you can see the chart. All of you can see the chart, the Nifty chart. All of you can see. Yes? Okay. So this is hourly chart of Nifty, right? Let us do some analysis. Let me go very, very close. Let me check this area. Okay. So as I said, price is falling, so I will get a lot of supplies. Okay. So this is a drop. This is a base, three base candles. If I mark it wick to wick, so I get a supply here. Now, where is the previous supply? As you can see this one is a base candle, so this is a previous supply. Okay. After this supply, price has created a drop, base, drop. So this is a authentic zone, and because the base candle has not touched the base candle of the previous zone, because we can see that there is a gap in between. Now, after this base drop, price also created another base drop. Can you all see this? This is another zone which price created. These two zones are very, very near to each other, but this zone is also an authentic zone, because this zone base candle is not touching the base candle of the previous zone. If it would have touched the previous zone's base candle, then we would have taken this as a reactionary zone, but it is not. Both these are authentic zones. And what price did thereafter? Price came down, created a base candle, one more base candle, and what happened here, friends? What happened? What happened? Can anybody identify what happened? Thereafter a rally candle formed. So with the rally candle, what happened? Level over level, okay, but both of these zones are not, they are not break limit zones, so I am not going to trade them. Neither they are MIPs, neither they are break limit zone. They are only drop based drops. There will be 100 drop-based drops like that forming in the chart. I don't care. If they are level over level, still I don't care because I am not going to take a trade there. They are not break limit zone. They are not MIPs. They are not reverse zones. But they are authentic zone. So what happened here? Our authentic zone got engulfed. Right? Price went up to the next authentic zone. Then price moved up, moved up, moved up. Right? Now price is coming down. Okay? So if price has engulfed this authentic zone, I know this is a reverse zone formed in the chart and the reverse zone should work, and price came down to the reverse zone and look what a big candle formed that was. You could have made this money today. This is an hourly trade, only 1 hour, 2 hours you are going to be in this trade and you could have made, almost 60, 70 points. Not bad at all, right? Not bad at all. Intraday. Okay. Okay, Anshul, please trade this one and tell me why I will trade this two. Why I will look for level over level here. Level over level is a concept for trap zones and not any other zone. I mean, I am not a OTS student. Anyway. Right? What I mean by this, for a OTS student, this is a level over level. They will care. We will not. Right? I'm very open to this. They will care, I will not. Because for me, is this level is a MIP? This is not an MIP. I can change to a line chart and as you can see, it's almost flat. It's a flat movement. Okay. So there is no MIP, there is no break limit zone. The SR is somewhere here and somewhere at the below. So this is not a break limit zone. This is not a MIP. So I will anyway not trade because I trade only trap zones. I only trade trap zones. There is no trap zone here. Okay, so I am not trading them. So why will I go and see whether these two, where I am not even going to trade? I mean, why will I be concerned about level over level? Level over level I am concerned when I am going to take the trade. And the level is trap zone. There I am going to take the trade and I am cautious about getting stopped out at a good place. So there I am looking for the level over level. Not here. I am not going to trade in an authentic zone. I am not going to trade an authentic zone anyway. So what happened? Our authentic zone got engulfed. Price came down to the reverse zone. This is a drop based rally where authentic zone got engulfed. And as you can see, once price came down to this zone, it immediately gave a reaction. Okay. So for a second, I'm removing all these things. Okay. Right. I'm removing this also. Now why this is working? Can anybody see? This is a rally, this is a base, this is a base, this is a base, then this is a rally candle followed by base, base, base and then a drop. If I mark this demand, this is a drop base rally followed by rally base, 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 rally. So this is my second demand. Isn't it a demand? This is also a demand, but is the base candle of this demand touching the base candle of the lower demand? Is it touching the base candle of the lower demand? No. So in that case, what is this demand called? What we will call this demand? Is it reaction or authentic? Right? If it is authentic, and what happened here in this candle when price dropped? What happened when price dropped in this candle? Price closed below the stop loss. What happened? Why? What we call this? Engulf of a authentic zone. So once the engulf of a authentic zone happens, we know what kind of a zone got created here, my dear friends. This is a supply reverse zone. Today itself price came up to the supply reverse zone and it is giving reaction. Tomorrow maybe a gap down. Looking into a Morobozu candle form tomorrow, we can expect a small gap down surely at this place. Okay. We will talk about that. That is a candlestick pattern, Marubozu. We will talk about that in a later session. In candlestick, advanced candlesticks. Okay. So that is also covered. Don't worry. So all of you clear how they look? These two reverse zones. One is a supply reverse zone. One is a demand reverse zone, and price is moving inside that. So our expectation will be price will move inside this for maybe another 1 or 2 days. Why? Because US market is closed and we can expect a sideways movement in Nifty, Bank Nifty for at least 2 days. Tuesday and Wednesday is US market closed. And when US market is closed, we also see less volatility in our markets. Okay? In fact, at those times, our Nifty do not follow world market and they do what they want. I mean, it goes in its own way. Okay? I mean, domestic players probably work there. Okay? So these two reverse zones are there in the chart, which we could have traded. Okay? Now, is it only one reverse zone which giving reaction, or many reverse zones form in the chart and they all give good reactions? So before I go and talk about reverse zones and authentic zone, it is important that you understand what is a reactionary zone. So this is a drop base rally, right? Whatever zone, I don't care, right? Let me mark the base candle here. Is the base candle of this zone touching the base candle of the lower zone? Right? No? Yes. So it is an authentic zone, right? Now, if I mark this drop base rally, I mean, or for your understanding, you may not be understanding this, how it is. I mean, you may go with this drop base rally. Is it a drop base rally? Drop base rally, right? So what kind of a zone is this one? Here we can see the base candle of this drop base rally is touching the base candle of this zone. So this is a reaction, or yes, this is a reactionary zone. Same here, we can see rally, base, rally. So this one from here to here is all base candles. This one is rally followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 base candles and another momentum out candle. So this is a rally base rally. Tell me, can I count this rally base rally as a authentic zone or this zone? I mean reaction zone. Though it is a rally based rally, still it is a reaction zone. Okay. So by now you have understood what is all the zones here, whatever I mark, whether I mark this drop base rally here, right? It is also a reaction of this rally base rally here. Okay. So every zone here is a reaction. So price dropped, tested this zone and moved up. So this is also a reaction. Can you see this one here? It is also a reaction because rally, but the base candle is touching this base candle. Okay, so these are all reactionary zones. What about this? Rally, base, small base and a gap up and a rally. Is it a authentic or is it a reaction? Is it authentic or is it reaction? Authentic, yes, because the base candle is not touching the previous base candle, right? Okay. So same way here, a set of base candles are there. In between there is a rally. So I can mark these two candles, base candle as a zone. Rally, base, base, rally, then again base, 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 rally. So there are two zones. So the first zone here is an authentic zone because the base candle is not touching the lower base candle. The second zone here, base, base, rally, that is this one here, right? It is touching the base candle of this zone, so it is reaction. So we have what we get here, this is an authentic zone. Now what happened here, friends? What happened at this point? What happened here in this red candle? Can somebody, I mean, are you able to understand what happened here? Yes, the authentic zone here gets engulfed. So once the authentic zone gets engulfed, these two base candles, they stop just before the engulf. These two, I can draw it like this or maybe like this, whatever. This is my source of engulf and the top above is my origin of engulf, and price came up to the source of engulf immediately and look, it gave a beautiful bounce. It's beautiful drop. You could have made money, and then price moved up to the origin, and from there also it gives couple of reactions, and then it breaks out. Okay, so this is how the source of engulf works. Okay. Give me one more script, not this one, of your choice. A script of your choice. One step. Quick video. Okay. Okay. Let me remove everything for you. Okay. So rally, base, 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 rally. So if I mark this, can I call this as my, this is an MIP, I know, but apart from MIP, is it authentic zone? As we discussed that MIP can be authentic zone. Is it an authentic zone? The next demand is here. Is it an authentic zone, my dear friends? Yes, it is, right? It is authentic zone, right? The MIP, what happened? Price went sideways and then it breaks the MIP, the authentic zone. So once it breaks the authentic zone, price comes up to this level and look, the drop happened. Yes, it got fecked out in between, right? It got fecked out because the level here is tested, and we will learn about this test in coming days. So there are two trades happen. This is a source of engulf here. This is the next authentic zone which got broken, and this is a source of engulf got formed here. And price came up to the source of engulf, gave a beautiful reaction, and then come up to the origin of engulf. And the origin of engulf is little bit tested here, but still gave a reaction. You could have made 1:1, 2:1, and then it breaks, and then look what happened. So this is this is something happens when there is something on the left, right? As you can see, if I draw this area, the high of this reverse zone, and I look left, right? So what you see here, we see a very, very important pattern here, which is otherwise known as Q, and we will learn about it in upcoming sessions. So what happened, there is an important level and price just breaks our reverse zone. This is level over level, in fact can be taken from the MIP, and it tested it and dropped. Okay, so this is a level over level. Basically, I may mark it properly. Not this, I think this is, I think this is enough. Yes, right. So this is a level over level, and the reverse zone got checked out and price dropped. So this is something happens with the reverse zone a lot of times. Okay. So you have to watch for level over level, you have to watch for compression, and you have to watch for MIPs. Right. So going to look for the reverse zones. But believe me, reverse zones works like anything, right? They works like anything, and you should be trading reverse zones a lot. Okay. Sometimes inside a MIP also you can find a reverse zone. Okay, so that also can form. Like this is a supply authentic zone here. I can call this as a authentic zone, supply authentic zone. Okay, because there is no data on the left. And what happens? This Baines candles has engulfed the supply authentic level. So this is a MIP source of engulf. For a MIP, this is little bit not V-shaped, but this is a source of engulf, and price came down to it, and look at the bounce. Okay, so I mean this is a reverse zone formed, and price bounced from it. Look at this area. What happened? What happened? Price moved up, rally, base, rally. This base candle is not touching the lower base candles. Price moved up, created a rally, a drop, base, drop. So this is my source, right? I will cover the pivot above, and price engulf the authentic zone. I know this is my reverse zone formed. Immediately price comes up to the reverse zone, and look at the drop. Okay, look at the drop from the reverse zone, right? Mostly at all the reversal areas, you will find a reverse zone for sure. Okay, I think in second class we have learned about trading time frames, where we check HTF for zone and trend, and then validation time frame and zoning time for higher RF. Yes, that is always there. Today I am only teaching you the trap zone, not the trading part. Okay, so where to look for and all, we will learn it in the putting it all together. That we will learn in the upcoming sessions also. So I'm not going to give you something upfront because there is a dedicated time for that. A lot of things to be delivered. Do you want me to close it right now within 10 minutes? I will go through it within 10 minutes. But will it help you? So don't hurry. Don't hurry to trade. First learn the things. You should not be asking me that question, Manshu. Because if I have discussed something, I will be surely teaching you that, right? So you should learn to wait and keep your patience. So, is there an authentic engulf in Reliance? Are you talking about authentic demand or authentic supply? Are you talking about authentic demand or authentic supply? For me, this is a authentic demand, right? This is a authentic demand which got engulfed, and we have a origin of engulf here, right? And price has moved down. It has not come to the origin. So if it comes, I may think of taking a trade there. Okay. So as per you, authentic supply got engulfed. Okay. So this is a supply, right, which is not engulfed. Then this is another supply which is faked out. Then we have another supply which is engulfed, but is it authentic supply? Is it authentic supply? Should I call this supply? It got engulfed, price closed above. No. Okay, there is another drop based drop here. Can I call this as authentic supply? Yes? Okay, so the base candle as per you is not touching the base candle of the above zone. What is this? This is a base candle, right? This is a base candle, right? And I can see this base candle has formed inside this base candle of the previous zone. So it is 100% touching the previous zone. This is your previous zone. If I remove everything, can you see this base candle here? This big base candle, drop, base, base, drop. So if I mark this entire base candle which you are referring to is inside the zone. It has formed inside the zone. So how can it be an authentic zone? If it is inside another zone, it's a reaction. Right? So there is no authentic zone which got engulfed, and we are not going to trade this area. Okay? So you need to understand authentic and reactions very, very clearly. It's all reactionary zone. The authentic zone is here which got engulfed, and the price create a reverse zone at the top. Okay. Somebody asked me for another script. See, I'm not a techie doing. Oh, Is there authentic engulf? No, there is no authentic engulf. And yes, price is moving inside sideways range. Okay, some good authentic engulfs were there, I think, in the past. Authentic engulf. Look at the drop. Authentic supply, okay? I mean, sorry, authentic demand. Drop, base, rally, right? And then the authentic, the next demand is here. So it is not touching. Price has engulfed the authentic zone. Immediately we know a reverse zone has got created. We could have entered here and look at the fall. Kaboom, right? So this is the power of a reverse zone, okay? Even this is a reverse zone, right? This here is a reverse zone. If you look at this side, this zone, I mean this zone here, this demand zone, right? If I mark it, it's a reaction of this zone, okay? It's a reaction of this zone. This zone is a reaction of this zone. As you can see, they are test of each other. This zone is a reaction of this zone, and this zone is a reaction of this zone, and also this zone is a reaction of this zone. So tell me, friends, out of all these zones, which one is authentic here? Can somebody tell me which one is authentic? Which one is authentic here? I have zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Which one is authentic here? Reaction only, last one, 6. You mean this one, Anshul, this one? Yes, amongst all these are reactionary zones. This is the, probably this is also not. Let me go close and check it properly. So this is a big base candle. Can you see? I need to remove all this, right? This is a big base candle. I have not marked it properly. I need to cover the base candle, and then I have to mark the lower zone. So when I do that, and when I go close to check whether they are reaction of each other or not, I found that they are reaction of each other. They are reaction. So in this entire area, nothing is authentic. The authentic zone is here at the bottom. Yes, so this is the authentic zone, because below that this is another zone which is, it is not touching that zone. So this is my authentic zone in this entire area. Okay, so still price moved up, tested it, gave a reaction, and I mean gave a very nice reaction from that level, though there is no authentic engulf happened. So sometimes dynamic thing do happen. I mean, maybe I need to go to a, yes, the reason is here. If I remove it, I need to remove everything here. Okay, so this is the reverse zone I am talking about. Why it gave so many reactions? I have this reactionary zone here, and I have another zone here. In weekly chart, can you see what happened? There is a engulf of a, this is the authentic zone in weekly chart, and that got engulfed, and this is a reverse zone in weekly chart, and the weekly chart reverse zone gave its reaction and not the daily chart. Daily chart, we do not have a reverse zone formed because all these are reactions of each other, and price came up to the weekly reverse zone and dropped. So there is a reason for everything what happens in the price chart. So you don't have to worry. As a daily trader, you might miss this trade, but a weekly trader, you may get this trade. And when I say a daily trader will miss his trade, I do not mean that he will miss the trade. I mean that he has to enter this trade by taking a price action entry and not a direct touch entry. Okay. So how he will take the trade, I will teach you later on. Okay. So I have another request. So here is a trade which I had actually, as you can see in SEC. This was marked, and when it got triggered on Friday, and look, it has almost given my 50% of my target. Now, why I placed my entry stop loss there? Because this is a authentic zone which got engulfed, and this is a reverse zone. Price went up to the reverse zone and now dropping. So this is a nice place where we could have taken a trade. So yes, in between, price surely have engulfed authentic supply. So there is a reverse zone demand got created in the price. But this is a zone with doji, and whenever there is a zone with doji, I think doji zones do not work properly. So I can expect it to break. Let's see what happens. But obviously, my target, I can always move up, and I can still get a 4:1 target here, right? So this is some adjustments I can do because this is a key level which formed opposite to my zone. So this is very, very important. A reverse zone formed opposite, so I will reduce my target in this case. So reverse zones, they really do work very, very well. So all of you clear now? Any questions, any challenges, friends? Any questions, any challenges? The main thing in a reverse zone is finding out the authentic zone and its angle. If you are able to find them out, you are through, right? So if I look into this chart, I will say this is the authentic zone. This is I will be very fast to find them out because of my level of practice. If you do practice, you will also be able to find them out very, very easily. Okay, it's not difficult at all. Okay, so it's not difficult at all. So by now we have learned all the three important zones, and if you practice, they will give a lot of great trades to you. Okay, so do practice a lot, and hopefully you will get beautiful trades out from there. Okay, so we will have our next session on this Saturday 3 to 5, and then on this Sunday 3 to 5 we will complete all the trap zones, and then we will start our live sessions from next Monday. So our live sessions are thrice a week. It happens at around 8:30 a.m. and it continues for 1.5 hours, and it happens on Monday, Wednesday and Fridays. Okay, so be there on time and enjoy the live sessions. Okay, and Before that, you need to do a lot of practice on these three trap zones, which I have already delivered to you, because this is the base of the entire price action. Okay, so you do a lot of practice. You will find a little difficulty at the beginning for finding out this authentic zone, but after 2-3 days of practice, you will see, I mean, everything falling in place. Okay. So do a lot of practice. Thank you very much for joining. Good night. Bye bye. See you then.